What's going on, guys? Guys TV here, and we're welcoming back the prediction videos. As this time around, we're gonna start off with the NFL. NFL starts literally this Thursday, September 5th. Right? Today's the 2nd, September 5th. And I figure we start with the football predictions, and then NASCAR predictions come back with a playoff prediction, simply around 16, and then we're gonna try to do all 10 chase races. So. Um, Stay tuned for those NASCAR prediction videos because those are going to make a return. Once those 16 are locked, we will slim it down to 12, 8, and 4. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and start with this NFL prediction. We're currently just going to do the 2019 season predictions as a whole. We're going to be talking about division winners, your 4 wildcard teams, your MVP, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, a bust and a surprise from this past year's draft. There might be some prizes on this list. Some people we want to talk about. I'll kind of give an explanation why on some of them. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. And let's go ahead and start with the NFC and AFC playoff brackets. You can see it on your screen here. And if you've seen enough, go ahead and just click off the video or move ahead in the video to the MVP and offensive rookie, defensive rookie, players. We'll start with the NFC side. I have the Green Bay Packers winning the NFC North. Just taking a look at all the teams here. The Bears have one of the toughest schedules. The Vikings, they have Kirk Cousins. He can't win in any situation. That's important. The Lions are nowhere near playoff contention. The Packers, after like week 7 or week 8, wherever their bye week is, once they get done, I think playing the Eagles or the Chiefs, one of those two teams, their schedule is probably the easiest point there. If I feel like they can make it to the point of there with like a 500 record, they have a pretty good chance of winning out or doing enough to win the North. I feel like you can win the North with 10 wins at the minimum. I don't feel like the Bears can get more than 9. I don't feel like they did enough. I don't feel like Clinton Dix can be enough to replace Adrian Amos. I don't feel like it's enough. I feel like the Packers, again, they have an easier schedule. I mean, they start off in Chicago Thursday night. You never know with that one. But I feel like it's an easier schedule to talk about. And Packers, I feel like a good pick here to win an NFC North. Defense improved. The Saints are my pick for the South. Carolina, let's talk about them first. We don't know about the extent of Cam Newton's injury. He got week 3 of the preseason. We don't know if he's going to be ready to go or if he's going to be 100% when he does go. I don't know if that's a team we want to be talking about. I feel like there's some missing pieces on defense. Offensively, they got Christian McCaffrey, but I mean, you only do so much with Christian McCaffrey. The Falcons are a good team to put in that consideration. They're probably one of those teams that would be on the playoffs outside looking in type of situation with the wild card. The Saints, to me, with Drew Brees, is a pretty good team. Drew Brees, I mean, he is approaching that age 40. I think he's going into his 41 year. Playing football. I might be wrong. It might just be approaching 40. And we never know. Like, another 40-year quarterback's approaching here we could be talking about. They could reach that point where Peyton Manning reached and just can't play football anymore. We never know. That could be the one question mark I have with the Saints right now, but they're my team winning the South. Tampa Bay, I feel like you need to see a year or two in the future here. They have the pieces at receiver. They need to build that offensive line. They need to get a running back so he can be healthy. Defensively, you have the pieces there. You just need to know what Jameis Winston can do. Bruce Arians is a quarterback wizard. I don't know if he can do anything with that quarterback, but you just have to wait and see. So the Saints are my pick from the South. Let's go out east, and there's really 2 choices here, and you see those 2 choices on your screen. This could be like one of those that comes down to a tiebreaker situation. I have the Eagles winning in the East. Eagles on paper, best team in the East. I got the Cowboys a close second. That's why they're one of my wildcard teams. I feel like this can become one down to like 11-5 record. Tiebreaker situation comes into effect. One of those 2 teams is winning the division. One of those 2 teams is a wildcard team. You can put a question mark right now about the Cowboys because you don't know if Ezekiel Elliott's going to play. So, to me, anyone can run behind the offensive line. You saw before Ezekiel Elliott, Jerry McFadden ran for 1,000 yards. So, right now, the East, you can see I have two teams coming from the East, and that's Eagles and Cowboys. Again, it could be one of those situations where 10-6 tie is going to come down to a coin flip or some one of those two regular season performance most common opponents. If I have the Eagles being that team that comes with winning the division. And the Giants have Eli Manning until Daniel Jones comes and starts and just does what Eli Manning does. And the situation Washington is kind of confusing. I mean, I don't know what you want to talk about. Case Keenum starting, your first round draft pick, and Dwayne Haskins being benched. I don't know what's going on there. Sherlock will be the Eagles or Cowboys. I'm going to go with Eagles as my prediction as of this point, September 2nd, at the time of recording the video. Out west, you see two teams on the west. Where do you want to talk about? We'll talk about the Rams here first. The Rams, I feel like, have a better chance than you think of repeating. It might not be the same record they did a year ago. It might not be the best record in the NFC. But I feel like they are one of the better teams, prepared, ready to go defensively. I mean, you did lose out on bringing them Dominican Sue back, but you did bring in Clay Matthews. You did lose Marcus Joyner. I don't know if he was still part of the team last year or not. The Rams, to me, I feel like that's going to be a 10-6 team. And we're talking like a 9-7 Seahawks. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be one of those close, like a 10-6, 11-5, 10-6, 9-7 Seahawks. That's how close the divisions are going to be to me there. I don't have a Super Bowl prediction yet. This is just my division winner Super Bowl predictions. If I had to choose someone right away out of there, I feel like the favorite to come out of the NFC would be the Eagles. They have, I feel like, the most ready, set roster to make that push. So if I had to choose a team today for that Super Bowl spot for the NFC, it would be the Eagles. But I ain't really picking one. You're seeing the division winners. Let's go to the AFC side of the ball. And you're seeing that name right there for the North. The Browns. That is right, folks. I'm going to take a Brown hype train. Of course, there's a lot of things that need to go in with this. Baker Mayfield needs to take a step up from when he had a season ago. Improve on what he threw, that 27 touchdown mark or whatnot. He has the pieces there. And the defense needs to take another step. Greedy Williams needs to develop. The Browns, to me, it's like that NFC East division. 10-6 record for both the Eagles and Steelers. Flip-flop. That's what I'm thinking. One of those teams is winning it. Tiebreaker situation. With the sudden retirement of Andrew Luck, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning the AFC South. I don't think Jacoby Brissett can do it. I feel like it'll be like a year before we can see what Jacoby Brissett can do. I mean, he did have that year in 2017. I feel like it's going to be another one of those sit and wait and see what happens. Or it could be Tank for 2 or Justin Herbert type of season. You never know. The Titans. I mean, you could put the Titans in there. I don't think the Titans can do it. The Texans, I feel like they made some smart moves, some dumb moves. I don't know what to think about the Texans there. I mean, I hate to leave them out of the playoffs, but the Jaguars, if you take a look, they have one of the better defenses on paper. You got one of the most clutch quarterbacks in Nick Foles. Hopefully Leonard Fournette can get this shit together and play like he did 2 years ago when the Jaguars made the playoffs. That Jaguars team might be a sneaky team. Might be like a 9-7 team, but it's one of those I feel like it's some favorite to come out of the South now without Andrew Luck. I mean, the Texans might be a close 1-2. It might be like one of those that are both 9-7. One's making it, one's not. Type of situations. Week 17, like last year for the Titans. Remember that. East, New England. The Jets made improvements. I don't know if it's a good. the Jets did make improvements, but it's going to be up to Sam Darnold to help with those improvements. I don't know if he can do that. Year 2, I feel like he's going to hit that sophomore slump, come back year 3, and then that could be a contender. The Bills, I mean, again, you're talking about teams with young quarterbacks. The Bills have a young quarterback. The Jets have a young quarterback. And the Miami is just a shit show. Literally, a shit show. The Patriots have the easiest way there. I mean, they could potentially take 5 wins there out of the East. I would say 4. Give them like 4-2 record. And then, I don't know, I'm thinking like 11-5, 12-4 record for the Patriots. Wow. And then out west, the Chiefs, I have the Chargers as the other playoff team at 10-6, and I'll go with the Chiefs at like 11-5. Again, your top 2 teams are returning from a year ago. So if you didn't catch that, 2 wildcard teams in the AFC are the Chargers and Steelers. Well, the Chiefs, Patriots, Jaguars, and Browns win their divisions. Yeah. New topic time. Let's go ahead and go into some important award categories. You're seeing some names on here. You're seeing an MVP candidate. You're seeing a Rookie of the Year candidate. You're seeing 2 Rookie of the Year candidates and 2 rookies that have potentially being a bust or a surprise. Let's start with the MVP. Let's talk about Drew Brees. I feel like he's not going to have that Peyton Manning year where he's just going to go and just only off the face of the earth, get injured, and have Teddy Bridgewater come and take over and make this team a playoff contention. This defense leads him. I feel like he's going to play up to a MVP caliber and get that MVP. Hasn't won yet with the Saints. Other candidates, I thought about Patrick Mahomes for year 2 as being a full-time starter. But again, we keep talking about like a sophomore slump. We're talking about like 33 passing touchdowns year 2. You never know. 33 passing touchdowns is still good though. Aaron Rodgers, maybe? I didn't think about that. Aaron Rodgers could be a potential MVP candidate. Offensive Rookie of the Year. N'Keal Harry is down with an injury. DK Metcalf's down with an injury. I don't know if Josh Jacobs would be a good contender for that. I'm just trying to think. Marquise Brown, maybe. That's the only real names I can think. Tony Pollard, I mean, he's a rookie. There's not many rookies you can really think of that could, on the offensive side of the ball. Noah Fant, TJ Hawkinson might be one of those good contenders. I'm going to go with Kyler Murray. He's going to have a good season in Arizona with the offensive line that's shit behind Cliff Kingsbury's playbook. I feel like it's like the better choice. I named other names offensively, but I feel like the better choice is going to be Kyler Murray. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we're going to go with Ed Oliver, Buffalo. Other contentions, you can see the other name on the screen. And actually 2 names that could just be completely opposite when I'm thinking. Nick Bosa, Darnell Savage. You could probably think of like Devin Bush. You can think of Rashawn Gary. You can think of many other names. I'm going to go with Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver is a part of that very sneaky good Bills defense and could surprise a lot of people here and win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Draft bust. We ain't going to talk about Daniel Jones or Dwayne Haskins because neither one of them are starting this year. Potentially a 2020 situation where we keep talking about a draft bust. But we're going to go with Nick Bosa as a draft bust. He sat out a year at Ohio State recovering from an ankle injury. I don't know if he's just going to come out and be lights out. I could be completely wrong and he could just ball out, win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and help this 49ers team just be a surprise. I feel like him staying out a year is going to lead to him being I forgot about Quentin Williams. I'm going to go with Ed Oliver over Quentin Williams. And Josh Allen. Thanks. Yep. Ed Oliver's still my Defensive Rookie of the Year. I forgot about Quentin Williams. And Josh Allen. And Devin White. Ed Oliver is my choice. I ain't changing it. Sorry, screen. I already recorded this part. I ain't changing it. But I feel like he's just going to come out and just not perform to what we expect him to. and be a bust year one. Surprise for year one, I'm going to go with Darnell Savage, now number 21 for the Green Bay Packers. I feel like he's going to surprise people and just be a fucking baller, man. We need another baller number 21 on the defense. We just need it. We need it. So, I had to pick that up now. But those are my predictions. You might all disagree with them, but that's what I'm going with. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. We'll be back 2 weeks from now for the NASCAR predictions with the playoffs and your Las Vegas first playoff chase race. Don't miss it. And we should be back probably Wednesday with predictions of week one. I'm going to choose 5 games and make those predictions. I'm only do 5 games because picking all 16 games can be a bitch sometimes, but that's what we're going to do. Remember, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next prediction video. Bye!